Hi, Terry VanNoy. Welcome to Math Class with Terry V. Hope this video helps you out, and if you enjoy it, please share it, comment, or like it. And you can also go to my website, MathPowerLine.com. It's a math resource blog, lesson videos for students, and other resources for parents and teachers. Give me a call or go to my website or email. All right, let's go to today's lesson. So just to remind you, we talked on the previous video about how solving a right triangle means looking for missing angles or sides of a right triangle. It has to be a right triangle. And we're going to be using trig functions. The trig functions that you should know are sine, cosine, and tangent. And basically they are just ratios of two of the three sides of a triangle. And so these are the definitions of sine, cosine, and tangent, and you really just need to have them memorized. Now there's some rules or tips that I want to remind you of, and that is to solve right triangles. Here are some of the easiest things you can do first. Number one, use Pythagorean theorem if you know two of the three sides. So if you're looking for one of the missing sides, use Pythagorean theorem. Number two, use the trig ratios that I have listed up above here to find a missing side. Number three, we're going to be using inverse functions to find a missing angle. And I'll be looking at that in the next video. Number four, all angles add up to 180 degrees. You know that it's a right triangle, so one of the angles is 90. If you know the other acute angle, you can easily figure out the third acute angle. Alright, let's take a look at two examples for you to try. Here we have on the left a right triangle, of course. There's a leg that's 20. We're looking for the other missing leg. The 43-degree angle there is all we know, and we don't know, actually we don't even care that the hypotenuse is missing. Alright, so let's start with this one, and the idea is to label this information that you know. If this is my reference angle, everything goes from that, and the opposite side from that is 20, the opposite leg. Okay, it's helpful to have these labels in your head so you can figure out which trig function to use. Now this, what we're looking for is the adjacent leg. Alright, now I'm going to go back to my trig functions here, and if we're talking opposite and adjacent, that would be tangent. That's the tangent function is the one we're going to use. So the equation is the tangent of 43 degrees has to equal, what's the ratio again? Opposite over adjacent. I'm going to go ahead and call that x. Now a little trick here is that when the variable is in the bottom of a fraction or a ratio that's in a proportion, you can switch it diagonally. Okay, you can do a little diagonal swap, and that makes the problem a lot easier because now it becomes 20 over the tangent of 43 degrees. 43 degrees. Alright, now we're going to use a calculator to figure out the tangent of 43 degrees. On this calculator, I input the amount first, 43, and then I hit the tangent button. In some calculators, you might have to do that in a different order. But it says 0.9325, and it's really common practice to take those first four digits rounded. So 0.9325. So 20 over 0.9325, and we divide it out to finish. So final answer 21.45. Let's call it 21.4. Alright, so my other leg is 21.4. Alright, you try the next one. So the first step is very helpful, and that's to label your parts. Now here's my reference angle, 20 degrees. Notice this is the hypotenuse. Don't just assume it's a leg. It's the hypotenuse opposite the right angle. And this is the leg that is running right into that angle, so it's called the adjacent leg. Alright, take a peek at the trig functions list, or hopefully you've memorized it. Which trig function uses the hypotenuse and adjacent? That's right, that would be cosine. So cosine of 20 degrees, the adjacent leg, which we will call x for now, over the hypotenuse, x over 12. All right? Now in this case, we're going to just go ahead and multiply. And you don't have to write all this, but you could say cosine of 20 times 12. And that gives you 11.276, which is 11.3 if we round it to the nearest tenth. 11.3. All right, thanks for watching, and look for the next video, which will be problem set 2, and we'll be looking for missing angles using inverse functions. All right, there you have it. I invite you to go to my website now, MathPowerLine.com, or email me or give me a call. The way I work best with students is live online in my classroom. So if I can help you in any way, answer some specific questions, the first lesson with me is free as I show you how everything works. All right, study hard and take care.